What's going on YouTube? Today I wanted to give you guys my review of the new IKEA turntable. So I want to preface this entire review by saying that I'm not an audiophile, I'm not a turntable enthusiast. I do have my setup downstairs that I believe is kind of nice. You know, there's definitely more expensive setups and cheaper setups. But yeah, you know, I just collect my records. I play my records occasionally. I have a separate TikTok account where I post and share my record collection. So it's kind of like a little hobby for me. And when I saw that IKEA dropped this turntable, I had to pick it up. So first things first, kind of just the quick specs. This turntable will run you about 160 bucks. The highlight of the turntable is of course the Audio-Technica 3600L cartridge, which just by having that cartridge kind of puts it up on top of like the standard Crosley or Victrola turntables that you can find at like Walmart or like another shopping center like that. It has a built-in preamp, it's belt driven. On the front you can see there's two switches, one for power on and off and the other for 33 and 45 RPM. So my two quick negatives while unboxing was that it didn't come with its own power brick. It came with the USB-C cable, but it didn't come with its own power brick. But I mean, everyone has like those laying around. Another was like, it doesn't have Bluetooth, and I'll get into it in a minute, but I think it should have come with Bluetooth. So what I want to do is just to go over all the parts of the turntable and give you my opinion on the quality and the finish. First thing that kind of threw me off, but it's not really a big deal, but on like higher end turntables, I would feel like it's a really big deal. But the platter itself is very wobbly. I'm pretty sure you guys can see that, but that kind of throws me off, and there's no way to, from what I can see, just get in there and like tighten a screw to make sure it doesn't wobble. I just think it's because, you know, it's just a hard plastic, like molded plastic, and there's just some give there. But it doesn't affect, from what I've listened to and seen with the setup, it doesn't really affect it like in a bad way, but I don't like it. So the switches I've used, they're very responsive, and I mean, good quality switches. Don't know if that makes a big deal for you, if that's a big deal for you. But I did want to show you guys, or let you guys listen to this, the quality and feel of the plastic. You can just hear that it's like hollow inside. That kind of threw me off too. And like you can just hear, like as I'm holding it, you know, it feels hollow, it feels cheap, but looks nice, and the finish is really nice. So now we can get into the tone arm. There is like a lock here to make sure it doesn't like wobble around when you're like moving it or something. The Q lever, or the lift, whatever you want to call it, is pretty solid. And the rate at which it drops is really smooth. For this turntable, I was not expecting the Q lever or the tone arm lifter riser to be actually this good of a quality. When you drop it, it is a very, very smooth fall. And it lands nicely on the records when you play them as well. Yeah, now I did want to just throw out there that the counterweight is not adjustable. I would have loved for it to be adjustable to get the right weight, but I saw someone else do a review and put the cartridge like on the scale and all that stuff, and the weight came out to be perfect. But still, I think it would have been cool to be able to adjust that myself. The cartridge is the Audio-Technica 3600L cartridge. That cartridge is like 25 bucks if you were to buy it. And what I thought was really cool was that on IKEA's website, it says that you can replace the cartridge, but I think that just means that you can also upgrade it. I do see the screws there to like adjust it. I do see one screw underneath here. I don't know how far you can take it apart. I'm not gonna try, but I'm pretty sure you can upgrade it if you want. Then now on the back, or the side, the right side, you do have your USB-C power and your RCA's out. It comes with the USB-C cable and the RCA to a 3.5. But again, there's no power brick. And yeah, I mean, Overall, other than it being plastic, the only other thing that I saw for me was like a quality control issue. There's like a soft padding on the Q lever, and on this right side, the glue isn't sticking properly. So every time I use it, I kind of find myself just like pushing the rubber thing back down. But yeah, that's kind of like a review of all the components. So I kind of wanted to tell you guys about my experience listening to records with it and the sound quality. So I also purchased the same day this Anebi Bluetooth speaker. Again, bringing up Bluetooth, and this doesn't have Bluetooth. So for this speaker, you run the RCA out back here into the like the audio in on the back of the Bluetooth Anebi speaker. And also, I just want to throw this out there. The Bluetooth speaker weighs more than, I feel like in my hands, it weighs more than the turntable. So you can get like an idea of the quality of the turntable, but that's okay. I have this paired up with this in my office, and it sounds all right. You know, I feel like if you were to pair this with another setup or tap it into a bigger setup, it might sound decent. You know, I have this in my office, I paired it with this, and it looks nice. It kind of all flows together with the collection, and it sounds all right. You know, this isn't gonna fill up an entire house. It's not gonna sound great in a huge living room, but in an office and, you know, a small listening space, this will definitely do it. This speaker runs about 80 bucks. So for roughly $250 total for the speaker and the turntable, this would be your setup. So I feel like that brings up some of the questions you guys might have. Would I recommend this for a big like living room space? Not really. I mean, if you already have a decent setup and you want to just tap this into the setup, then by all means get it and play with it, and you know, it probably will sound good. But for me, I just walked into IKEA, bought this, and I have it set up in my office, and it sounds decent. Would I recommend this turntable? Honestly, if you are in the market for a good quality, great sounding turntable with amazing fidelity and the best sound you can buy, I truly believe there are better in this price range, especially if you give or take another $100. But if you compare this to, again, like the Crosley or the Victrola turntables at, you know, Target and Walmart, this is definitely better. And I mean, I think it looks nicer too. So at the end of the day, who is this turntable for? I would say it's for people like me. I think I'm a Swedish House Mafia fan. EDM has been a big part of my life and is still a big part of my life. So for me, when I saw that the collection with IKEA was coming out with Swedish House Mafia, I definitely had to buy the turntable. Is it an audiophile turntable? No, but I think it's a cool limited edition item. And for the price, you can go on the Swedish House Mafia website and buy maybe like 2 hoodies, or you can get a cool limited edition turntable. So that's really it, guys. For 160 bucks, do you think it's worth it? I have my opinion and I like it. I bought it. Let me know what you guys think, and any questions, drop them below. Thanks for watching.